Hello, welcome to Business Live. Coming up tonight, Speaker of Parliament clashes with Majority Leader over the admission of petition to investigate circumstances leading to the revocation of licenses of UT and Unibank by the Bank of Ghana. We'll have the latest from Parliament. Also ahead, 10 years after its inception, I'll be speaking with the Public Interest and Accountability Committee on its quest to get citizens involved in oversight of petroleum revenue management. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. We've got details right after this break. And thanks for being with us on this program. Ghana's total earnings from exports have been hit hard by the COVID-19 shocks. Now, latest Bank of Ghana figures show that earnings declined $2.5 billion compared to what was realized during the same period last year. But should we be worried about this development? Here's George Rafe.
What the country secured in the first 2 months of this year is about $300 million short of what Ghana got in the first 2 months of 2020. This can be attributed to declining prices of commodities on the international market, like gold and cocoa, that are yet to pick up from the pre-pandemic levels as a result of lockdowns and economies yet to open up fully because of the COVID restrictions. The immediate impact of this will be on the international reserves, which will affect the amount of hard currencies available to finance our imports if this trend should continue. It may also not be good for the city's fortunes or firm stability going forward, as these earnings are needed to act as a buffer to firmly stabilize the Ghana city. And also at the time that we need these revenues badly to finance deficit and rising interest payment, this can be described as worrying. The country's international reserves, according to the Bank of Ghana, has also declined to $8.7 billion compared to $10 billion in February 2020. This will cover 4.2 months of import cover. Another development that could be described as not so good when it comes to stabilizing the economy in these COVID times. On the other side, the country spent about $2.2 billion to finance our imports compared to the same period for last year. This shows that our import bill has gone up by some $202 million compared to the same period for last year. But despite these challenges, the country still recorded a trade balance of $339 million ending February this year, which can be described as somehow comforting. Business and consumer confidence is still struggling to pick up strongly, as data from the Bank of Ghana show that it is slightly below compared to February 2020.
All right, our export earnings declining by $2.5 billion there. Let's check out the commodity market tonight. Let's find out how trading has been going on with some of our commodities. All right, so crude oil hovering around $63 a barrel there, as you could see from that update on the commodity market. So it's been more than 10 years since Ghana discovered oil and started production, and that meant for us massive financial resources to lift us out of poverty. But that would also require institutions to monitor and evaluate our petroleum revenue management. So the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC, was established under Section 51 of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act. The committee was inaugurated and commenced work on the 15th of September 2011. It's heading to 10 years and a good time to reflect on the impact of PIAC. Joining me ahead of the launch of PIAC's year-long 10th anniversary celebration is Mark Ajiman, who is a technical manager. Great to have you on our program tonight, sir. And I promise you, we are not going to be talking how we are doing with petroleum revenue management. We are going to stick with the 10th anniversary of PIAC. Is that good?
Yes, please. We are not.
All right.
And thank you for having me.
Great to have you on the program. I hope I did a good job explaining in simple terms what you do as PIAC. And I should also congratulate you on your 10-year journey. How would you describe it?
Yeah, you did a fantastic job with regards to what we do in simple terms as PIAC. And we are grateful for that. 10 years so
it looks like we have lost Michael Ajiman there. We'll try and re-establish connection with him, and as and when we do, we would speak with him on 10 years of PIAC. We'll talk about their impact in terms of petroleum revenue management. All right, I'm told that we have Michael, so we'll try one more time. We lost you, Michael, so you're talking about your journey so far.
Yeah, so I was trying to say that, look, the fact that we are even talking about petroleum revenue, oil and gas production, what the money has been used for, that focus in that regard is one of the success parts of PIAC's journey so far. Through PIAC, we get to talk of some of these things, get to know of how much oil we are producing and how much money is coming into the country, and how duty bearers are actually managing and utilizing this revenue. So in summation, this has been the success of PIAC, though there is the room to improve, and that is what our 10th anniversary is. We'll try to kind of capitalize on, and then get the PIAC name out there, get the public to know what the institution is doing, rally the citizens behind the institution, and then get to execute the objects of the committee.
All right. What kind of impact do you think you've made so far?
So there are several of them, and as I mentioned, the mere fact that we are having this conversation is because there is a body like PIAC. Because if there had been a body such as PIAC, probably in the mineral sector, I'm sure you will be having this kind of conversation. The fact that there has been a law regulating and kind of providing a framework for the management and utilization of petroleum revenue is actually something that is commendable. And through PIAC, there have been series of achievements and series of impacts. For example, by the mere fact that the executive or government is mindful that there is an oversight body in addition to Parliament that is monitoring how they are managing and utilizing petroleum revenue. It's an achievement on itself. It's an impact. So it keeps them in check, it keeps them in line, it keeps them in focus to kind of stay within the confines of the framework as provided for under the PRA.
I'm fascinated about the theme for your celebrations, which is strengthening citizens' ownership and understanding of PIAC and its oversight of petroleum revenue management. I see an effort to get the public to follow what you do and get involved.
Yes. So over the, if you look at the PIAC arrangement, it is actually citizens-led. So that is why we see ourselves as an additional oversight body that supports the work of Parliament. So it is citizens-led. If you look at the composition, it's wholly derived from the mainstream Ghanaian society, you understand. So the intent is for the citizenry, the ordinary Ghanaian, to take ownership of the committee, though individuals represent them on the committee, but then the intent is for citizens to take ownership of the committee, rally behind the committee, see the committee as their own, support the work of the committee, propagate the workings of the committee. Because if you look at our second mandate as a committee, basically it states that we should provide platform for the citizens to debate whether how petroleum revenues are being used conforms to development priorities, their needs. So we are using the anniversary to kind of remind citizens that, look, you have control ownership of this committee. The committee needs your support. When PIAC brings an issue up or PIAC reports are out, we need you to take sections of the report, run with it, rally around the issue so that we get government and other relevant institutions to do what is required under law.
You've got a big event coming up tomorrow. The president is expected to address the launch of the 10th anniversary celebrations. Run me through what is going to happen tomorrow. Of course, it's going to be live on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah.
What are we to expect?
So tomorrow is basically kickstarting the year-long anniversary. So we have the president in attendance, who is the special guest of honor. We have past PIAC members in attendance. We have a cross-section of our stakeholders in attendance. It is just to tell Ghana that PIAC is at 10. This is what we have done, and this is what we intend to do. This is the path we are charting going forward. So basically, it is to get the citizen buy-in into the year-long anniversary.
And what should we expect for the rest of the year?
So there are series of activities that will be rolled out throughout the year. We have series of town hall meetings. We have series of symposia. We have a national quiz competition among the tertiary institutions. We have public lectures. We have media appearances, media programs, and we have a paper that we are commissioning to kind of take a stock of how the country has fared over the 10-year period in producing petroleum and managing its associated revenue.
All right.
So there are series of to commemorate the 10th anniversary. And
we will be following you closely. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Michael Ajiman, he's technical advisor technical manager at PIAC, speaking to us about the 10th anniversary celebrations, which is going to be launched tomorrow. Remember that it will be live on radio on Joy 99.7 FM as Joy Business is media partner. Now moving on to some other story we are following closely for you today from Parliament. The Speaker today clashed with the Majority Leader over the admission of a petition by the founder of Unibank, Dr. Kwabena Duffuor, and CEO of UT Bank, Prince Kofi Amoaben, requesting Parliament to investigate circumstances leading to the revocation of their licenses by the Bank of Ghana. The petition, which was presented on the floor of Boku Central MP Mahamayaga, faced stiff resistance from the majority as Okaikwe Central MP Patrick Yabuama and Majority Chief Whip Frank Anodompe disagreed with it. Things got to a head when the Majority Leader, Osei Mensah-Bonsu, also waded into and questioned the basis of admitting the petition, but in return, the Speaker challenged the Majority Leader to quote relevant portions of the standing orders which prevent him from admitting such a petition. Joining us with more on what took place via phone is Parliamentary Correspondent Kwesi Parker Wilson. So, Parker, how did the drama end?
Okay, so the drama ended by the Majority Leader not necessarily conceding to defeat, but still insisted that the Speaker is erring by admitting the petition before the House. But however, he will support the constitution of a 7-member panel to look into the matter. Now, the constitution is made up of 4 MPP members and 3 NDC members, constituting the 7. And that they have to do so by the end of next week because Parliament will go on recess next week. So during the time of recess, the committee would now have to do their work, and when they are done, file their report upon resumption of the House in about a month or 2 later. So that is all we know for now, that Parliament has now set up a 7-member ad hoc committee to now probe the matter with regards to Dr. Duffuor and that of Prince Kofi Amoaben as well.
And I believe that the creation of that committee in itself was questioned by the majority in Parliament. Tell us a bit more about what the concerns are from the majority side about the admission of the petition.
Well, so the concern really is about the case currently before court and the fact that the two are seeking to pitch Parliament against the judiciary. And so it is important that the House allows the judiciary to continue with the issue or the case before them. And when they are done, then Parliament perhaps can now look into it. But for now, they see a conflict between Parliament looking into it while the judiciary is also going into the matter. So it will be important that the Parliament we should have waited for the judiciary to have finished with the process, but that did not happen. And the Speaker insisted. In fact, the point he made was that he's gone through the petition thoroughly, page by page, line by line, and he has every right to admit the petition, and that is why he has referred it to the committee for investigation or to look into the matter.
So the committee has for how long to report back to the House?
Well, so there's no timelines given, but what we know is that Parliament is going on recess next week. They are expected to return in about a month and a half, and it is the expectation of the Speaker of the House that when they return, the committee will finish their work, make their own recommendation for either adoption or rejection of SIN. So we wait till the committee is done with their work and file their report to the plenary.
All right, Kwesi Parker Wilson there bringing us that update. I'm grateful for your time tonight. We'll keep following that story for you. Meanwhile, banking consultant Nanotu Champon has been wading into the matter. He believes that Parliament must allow the judiciary to do its work, allow the courts to investigate the matter and as it is before them and arbitrate it. Here are his thoughts.
Between 1963 to now,
yes, I think that is something that, it should have been aware that once a case is in court, allow the court process to finish before, if it is to be raised, it can be raised. So once the case is in court, we have to leave it to the court of competent jurisdiction to arrive at the decisions that they have to arrive at. So I think it was premature to have made that attempt to petition Parliament, but then it's within one's human rights to do what one feels is right. So let's wait to see what the courts come up with, and then we move on from there.
All right, the thoughts of banking consultant Nanotu Champon. Now, more than 300,000 businesses risk losing their status as legally registered to operate in Ghana. That's if they fail to update their data with the Registry General's department by June this year. The Registry General has issued a final warning to the dormant firms that have failed to comply with the requirements for registered firms in Ghana. Here is Registry General Jemima Owari explaining to Joy Business why this exercise is very important.
1963 to now, many businesses in Ghana, and I'm talking about big businesses in Ghana, have not bothered to do this re-registration. So what they are telling me is they've not also filed annual returns. And under the laws, I can go ahead and dissolve you. And that's what I want to do now. I want to kickstart that process of dissolving and taking dormant companies off my register. So if you know you are not dormant, if you know you are seriously doing business in Ghana, then please come and inform me whether you are still operating in Ghana by filing your annual return and your financial statement. If for any reason you haven't even done business since 1963 to date, no problem. We file what we call a nil return because the historical database is about 700,000. Less than 10% have done the re-register. In law, if I finally dissolve you and strike your name off the register, you cannot carry on business in Ghana again until 12 years. But I cannot just dissolve a company name just like that. Do what you have to do.
Now, the National Institute of Information Technology and NIIT has launched its 2021 COVID-19 Hackathon competition. The Hackathon seeks to improve communication during this and other medical emergencies and encourage participants to focus on problem solving. There is more in the following report.
The Healthcare Hackathon is an event where students or participants with diverse knowledge and perspective in technology come together in an intense fun-filled day to develop and build solutions that could address challenges facing the healthcare industry. Some of the participants explained their innovation to Joy Business.
Yes, our project is the virtual waiting room for patients. Because of the coronavirus, a lot of people are scared to move out of their houses and go to hospitals because they are scared that if they go to the hospitals, they will get the virus. So this app allows you to access your doctor from the comfort of your home. So you can talk to him via a video call. Yeah, and then tell him if you have any issues, discuss it with him, and then he's going to give you instructions on what to do. And it also comes with a blog where you can discuss health concerns with medical experts, doctors, and your fellow patients. Yes, right?
Basically not only limited to COVID-19, but to other...
Yes, other health problems as well. There's a lot of them, but COVID has overshadowed everything, yes.
We're working on an app that is to help with effective social distancing. And the technologies the app is going to work on is mainly geolocation, so our GPS, as we all know. And the app is being done in such a way that it will work together with non-COVID statuses. So let's consider all things equal, and everybody has their app, right? So when someone contracts the virus, goes to a hospital, the hospital will have the admin side of the app that can switch the COVID state, so maybe to switch that this person's account, the person contracted COVID. And we all know that even after you are treated and all that, you're supposed to stay home for a while, I think for 2 weeks or so, but not everybody adheres to it. So this app is to help with something like that. So I'm going to a crowded place, I've installed the app, I've created an account, I'm going there, the app is recording my location, it's recording everyone else's location. So the person who has contracted the COVID not so long ago, or might still be having the COVID and is out there somewhere, I'm going to a crowded place, I'm a bit suspicious, I just check the app. So if you are close to a place that is maybe a red zone or there's someone there who has contracted, you get an alert.
Director and business head of NIIT, Dr. Sujit Jahaprakash, says the event seeks to find technological solutions to address healthcare challenges.
See, what we are trying to prove with these kind of events is that we have a lot of brilliant minds among these students. They are just learning. However, they are able to come up with these products. We don't need to go to another countries to look for such kind of products. We have resources here. We can build these products anytime we want. What we are showing is definitely a model, but then it doesn't take much time for us to get to make it as a finished product and roll it out for commercial purposes. Definitely, we are willing to do that. So we have few industry persons here as judges. So we have the head of information systems from Cocoa Board. We have a medical doctor from Rabbito Clinic. They are going to judge these products and tell us whether it is viable to roll it out as a commercial product.
About 10 trade unions have dissociated themselves from a court injunction being pursued by a section of traders at the Kumasi Central Market to halt the KJTR redevelopment project. Kofi Asare has been interacting with these unions and has filed this report.
Some traders at the Kumasi Central Market last Friday went to the Human Rights Court praying for an injunction to restrict the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly from demolition about 1,500 lockable shops occupied by the applicants. They are also praying to court to force KMA to properly document their relocation to avoid future implications. But some trade unions are unhappy with the move by their colleagues.
We wish to set the record straight.
They believe the act will impede the progress of the Kumasi redevelopment project. Leader of the 10 unions, Moses Che, spoke to Love News.
For just some few people, whatever reasons, to wake up in the day, to go and secure an injunction depriving the assembly and the country as a whole not to proceed with this project is something that is unheard of. In fact, we must think about the entirety or the bulk traders that are in the central market. So this morning, the purposes and the reason that we held this press conference is to first disassociate ourselves with the 10 groups that were part of the central market trade union, and also to let all Ghanaians and the world at large understand that we are in for the progress of our people.
Some traders who are yet to access space to restart their trade say they will not support the court action.
KMA, Emma, people be actually say, Ejano Musia, The KMA should give us an official statement showing where they will move us to.
We are deliberating on the issue as a union, and KMA has given us a place to trade. We are here to consider whether to accept the place or not, and you said you are taking the matter to court. We can't take KMA to court because we also like the construction of the new market.
Kofi Asari's report read to you.
And that's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. You can check out the top stories over there, including the one on your screen to do with the corporate social responsibility by Nestle. Check out our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Thanks for watching. My name is Daryl Kwao.